Representative Sharon Wylie with the 49th District. How are you today?
I'm great.
So cutoff was yesterday.
Yes.
And how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling like we're moving towards the end of things. A lot of good bills died, but a lot of bad bills died too. And now we can focus on coming to an agreement on the budget and improving the bills that are left and getting done with people's business.
Okay, before I ask you about specific things that passed or didn't pass, you have new art all over your walls.
These two are digital paintings by Ray Klein, who's one of the artists in Clark County. He's a member of the Gallery 360, and these are digital creations on canvas. And this is the Three Wise Women from my friend Wanda Wright, friend of 30 years. And then these three prints are by Michael Smith, who's another member of Gallery 360 in downtown Vancouver. These are woodblock prints, yes.
These three over here are yours. Okay. All right, well, thank you. And now, specifically, can you talk to us about some of the important legislation that was passed that protects the regular average person out there?
I think one of the most important ones, and it was important for a number of reasons, is the bill that strengthens the financial penalties for johns and pimps in prostitution. I think people are finally realizing that most people that are involved in prostitution are victims and have been victimized at a pretty young age. And they found that the penalties, the financial penalties, were minimal. And
so it was like 150 for the John, and now it's going to be like 10 times that, 1,500. Is that correct?
Right, and we're talking victimizing underage girls and boys. I mean, we're talking serious crimes. We found that a heavy penalty on the front end actually deters people from doing it again. And the money makes it possible to provide services and exit strategies for young people who have been in prostitution to get out and to get resituated and to be in a safe place so that they can move on with their lives. So it's a win-win. It's not an unfunded mandate now. And the money will be there to help these young women, and the consequences will be there for people that prey on them.
Good. And you also passed a package of DUI bills. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, there were a number of them. One of them I think that is very interesting. People sometimes forget that sometimes a victim of a drunk driver leaves children. The main income is, for that family is gone. You've got a single parent trying to be both parents to those children, and it's really tough. And so this allows the judge, when appropriate, to require the person who did the drunk driving, who killed somebody, to help support their children into the future. And it's a matter of justice.
Mm-hmm. And your two bills passed to the Senate, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And so remind us again what these bills do.
Well, there's two. One has to do with taking care of our facilities at our colleges and universities. It adjusts for inflation so that when you're just repairing a building, you don't have to do all of the design and process that you have to do if you're building it from the ground up. Mm-hmm. It just adjusts it for inflation. It allows us to get people back to doing the right work sooner so that our buildings don't deteriorate. So it makes better use of our dollars, and it's more efficient. The other bill is more comprehensive and may very well be a first step into the future where all the bits and pieces of legislation and laws are brought into one chapter so that people can find out what the laws are. But it also takes three departments and blends them together.
This is your procurement
This is
bill.
procurement and purchasing. Mm-hmm. And it's designed to make it real easy to do business with the state if you want to sell products to the state. Depending on how much money there is, can end up buying a lot of goods and services. And this makes sure that the process is fair and transparent, that people that do a good job can keep doing a good job, and people that behave badly or break the rules can't do it anymore. And smaller businesses have a chance to bid without being burdened by unnecessary paperwork. All the accountability is there, but it streamlines the process and makes it easier for smaller businesses to sell.
Right. This week, we're also getting the revenue forecast, I understand.
That's right. And the early signs are that we may have hit bottom in that the numbers are not going down. They're either level or peaking up a little bit.
That's good news.
State budgets are also driven by caseloads of people that are vulnerable populations that I promised to come here and try to protect. And unfortunately, those caseloads may be down, but they're down because we've taken people off the rolls. Yeah. And some of those people are going to be showing up in our local communities without the services they need. And so we may be treating mentally ill people in our hospitals and emergency rooms and jails rather than at home where they can also be taken care of more efficiently and more humanely.
Okay, so we have roughly 3 weeks left of this session. What's next?
Well, the bills that are necessary to balance the budget in capital and in regular operating budgets are still in play, and there's lots of agreements trying to be worked out as we see what the revenue is and see what the will of the body is and what bills get passed and how many dollars are attached to those bills. So all of the Senate bills that pass the Senate are now being dealt with on the House. So now the House committees I'm on, like higher education, we're looking at all the higher ed bills that made it through the Senate. Over on the Senate side, they're looking at all the House higher ed bills that made it through our committee. It means there's a lot fewer bills in play. And so there's another timeline where they have to get through the opposite side. And then if there's differences, they go to conference committee. When they come to an agreement, they then go to the governor for signature.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll check back on you next time.
You bet.